Every Thursday, 78-year-old Ruth Ellis walked 2 miles to Hillside Pharmacy. She wore worn house slippers and a faded cardigan. She leaned on her cane, hands shaking as she passed a prescription across the counter. "Is there generic?" she always asked softly. "Or maybe a discount?" The young pharmacist, Jake, sighed. "Mrs. Ellis, this is already the cheapest option. If you can't afford it, you should talk to your doctor." She nodded, embarrassed. She counted out crumpled bills, paid what she could, and left, often skipping meals, so the copay wouldn't break her budget. One afternoon, her 19-year-old grandson, Daniel, came in for cold medicine. He froze when he saw her at the counter. "Please," Ruth whispered, her voice barely steady. "Just give me half the pills. I'll make them last." Jake rolled his eyes. "Ma'am, this isn't charity. Either pay or leave." Daniel felt his face burn. He ducked behind a shelf, pretending not to know her. That night, the guilt wouldn't let him sleep, so he went to her apartment to check on her. He found her asleep in her chair. On the table sat an empty pill bottle. Not because she'd taken the medication, because she'd never filled a prescription. In her drawer, he found letters from her doctor. "Your heart condition is worsening. Without this medication, hospitalization risk is high." Below them lay a bank statement. Balance, $27.36. Then Daniel saw something else. A receipt for new college textbooks. His name printed at the top. Paid in full. She had chosen to risk her own heart so his future wouldn't suffer. The next morning, Daniel ran to the pharmacy before it opened. He pounded on the door until Jake unlocked it. "I need a prescription," Daniel said, voice shaking. "All of it, and every medication she skipped." Jake frowned. "You got the money now?" Daniel pulled out an envelope. Inside was his college acceptance letter with a full scholarship. "I'm not dropping out," he said firmly, "but I will work, and I'm paying for every one of her meds." Then he looked Jake straight in the eyes. "And you're going to apologize." Jake hesitated. "That woman raised 3 foster kids after her husband died." Daniel continued. "One of them was my mom. When she passed, Grandma took me in, even though she had nothing." Jake swallowed. "I didn't know." Daniel shook his head. "No one ever looks close enough to know." That day, Jake started a medicine for seniors fund at the pharmacy, and Daniel moved in with his grandmother, not to watch over her, but to remind her every single day that she was worth saving too. Would you recognize courage if it came wrapped in silence and slippers? Drop a red heart if you believe the greatest love often speaks the quietest.